Hello, I'm Maria Dominguez and I'll be talking about Shilpa Gupta. So, a bit about her. Shilpa Gupta was born in 1976 in Mumbai. She is currently living and working at her home in India. The artist graduated with a bachelor's degree in sculpting from Sir J.J. School of Fine Art at the University of Mumbai in 1997. Where tongue I do not fit. At first glance, it looks like a bunch of microphones hovering over a sheet of paper that are impaled by spikes, except it's not simple paper but poems of a jailed poet named Nasimi from the 14th century Azerbaijani. At first, Gupta was going through English poems till she remembered his story and way of living, that she translates it into English, and like the meaningful translation that she finally came to a conclusion for a title of the installation. And it consists of 100 microphones that are suspended over 100 metal rods, each piercing a page inscribed with a verse of poetry. And as for one single microphone plays a verse, which is echoed by a chorus of the other 99. And it lasts for over an hour. The sound piece alternates between English, Spanish, Arabic, Russian, and Hindi, amongst the other languages, to emphasize the message of repeated political assertion on freedom to voice an opinion. Her next piece is titled I Will Die, which sounds a lot like pretty much like a mood, and something that millennials tend to say a lot for expression. Looking at the piece without looking at the title at first made me think about it being inspirational or heartwarming, but instead upon seeing the word die, it made me question the artist if their mental state is okay. Because the word die is a really heavy word, which many people tend to associate the word of bringing to an end. And with how the words I will are on the curtains, I was expecting when they would open to say something encouraging of welcoming the new day or continuing life as it is, except upon seeing them open, it is welcoming death or waiting for death to happen in front of the viewer's eyes, as the word die is painted on a mirror behind the curtains. And it is sort of unnerving, which is really cool, I guess, in its own way. Another piece of her work is I Live Under Your Sky Too, that is translated in 3 languages: English, Hindi, and Urdu. The multilingualism of the installation calls for a collective national identity for people who have or want to have an understanding of who they are. And it made me think about why it's translated in the 3 languages. Gupta was probably aiming for others to share an understanding of each other despite the language barrier between people who don't speak the same common language. On the side of her other light installations, this is a collection that made me think of the light up signs for restaurants and other businesses, like thinking of the open and close sign that you see in drugstores. Here is a few of the exhibitions that Gupta has been in and currently is in. She has been in many of them, and I'm just displaying a few. Finally, what inspired me of her work is how she can incorporate Hindi with English to create quotes that express her feelings, which really sticks to me because I'm really bad with words, and how Gupta has developed a powerful way of getting her message across through her work, and it involves the notions of individual and collective cultural identity. Gupta examines the role of precision and subjectively in the status of objects, places, people, and experiences, and the way value is defined and impacted by nationalism, trade, religion, and notions of security. I really like how Gupta highlights the subjective nature of reality reinforced through media and objects, and challenges the authority and autonomy of their means of the way they function. And I find it also amazing how she can incorporate sculpture, text, sound, light through her pieces, which encourages the viewer to participate in creating a meaning or like their own understanding of her work.